Swatter Coca-Cola is also part of today's lunch, and we are grateful for all that they do for us. Let me make one announcement for the cruise. The cruise is coming up in April, and cruising with the Cougs is over 80% sold out. So if you're thinking about going and you want to book your cabin, get after it. The interior cabins are 97% sold out. Ocean view cabins are 83% sold out, and balcony cabins are almost 70% sold out. So if you want to come party. It's gonna be awesome. Dates?
April 11th through the 18th. And if you're nice, we're staying for another week. We're just gonna keep going. Does that sound good? It's gonna be a blast. Just all the people that are coming, the activities that are going to be on the boat and on the land. It's going to be a great cruise. Okay, upcoming events. Let me just go over a couple things. Tonight, men's basketball plays Oklahoma State in the Mary Center, 7 p.m. Come on, let's go. Oklahoma State is a great rival of ours. It's going to be a fun time. You can see the pieces on this basketball team coming together, and when we get our momentum going, I feel bad for every team we play. I'm so pumped for this team. If you're worried, don't be worried. If you're really worried, the door is back there. You can leave. It's okay. This is going to be a great team. Love our coach, love our squad, and like I said, when we get the momentum going in the right direction,
we're going to be annihilating people, so hopefully that starts tonight. Thursday, women's tennis plays Utah Tech at 5:30 p.m. Friday, men's tennis plays Weber State at the indoor courts at 5 p.m. Friday, women's gymnastics competes against Southern Utah in the Mary Center at 7 p.m. Saturday, men and women swim and dive compete against Denver in the Richards Building pool at 11 a.m. And this Saturday night, BYU at Utah, 7 p.m. So if you're brave and you want to go have a party, go up there. It's going to be a good one. Okay, I'd like to introduce our first speaker. Our first speaker, we were just talking about the University of Utah. I haven't even talked to her about this. Maybe she doesn't want me to say anything. She almost died at the University of Utah BYU football game this year. Joselyn Allen is the head coach of our cheerleading unit. And after the game, when we were celebrating, she was standing down on the field minding her own business. And someone from the University of Utah section threw a water bottle and hit her in the head, knocked her out. It was really scary. It was crazy. And she's fine now, correct? Mostly. I mean, the whole department was praying for her. Cougar Nation that heard about it was praying for her. That's not a cool thing that happened at all. It's just one of those horrible disasters. Didn't want that to happen, and I'm grateful that she's well and back, and she's an incredible coach. Let me read some things about Joselyn. She's been at BYU since 2010. As head coach, she oversees and conducts all practices, games, performances, and choreography. Originally from St. George, she's led the BYU cheer team to 3 national titles. It's something we do around here, national championships. I love that. And her and her husband, Ward, have 2 daughters, Aniston and Mason. She's going to speak, and she also has a couple student athletes that are going to speak as well with her. So put your hands together for Joselyn Allen.
Hello, everyone. I didn't realize I was going to be first, but thank you, Chad, for that introduction, and thank you for just addressing the elephant in the room with the water bottle incident. I didn't know we were going to do that, but yes, I am alive and well, thankfully. Yes, I did suffer a concussion. I'm still working through some of those things, so I'm semi-normal, but working through some of those things, but it was an unfortunate incident that I wish would not have happened, but with all of Utah's struggles at QB, they may want to give that kid a look, because it was a good bomb. Anyway, all kidding aside, I'm happy to be here today. I've never been to this event before. This is my first time being invited, and anytime I get a chance to talk about my team, or my kids as I call them, I'm pumped. I'm excited to talk about them. I think that they are the greatest in the world, and I think that this university is the greatest in the world. I did want to add in, my bio may be a little outdated on the website there. I do have two daughters, one that's almost 21, she's here at BYU, and one that's a senior in high school, just about ready to turn 18. And then I have a surprise 6-year-old, Campbell, who started kindergarten this year. So we have not updated the website yet with that little surprise that came into our family, but we're super grateful for him. I am originally from St. George, Utah. I'm a Utah girl, and I came here as a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader here from 97 to 2000. And then in 2000, I took over as head coach starting in 2000. I was the head coach from 2000 to 2004, and then when my husband completed law school here at BYU, I reluctantly followed him for his legal career, which was much more important than my coaching job at the time. So I took a break and came back in 2010. So there's just a little update about me. So I've been around for quite a long time, and it's because I love it. It's because I love BYU. I love what this university stands for, and I love this cheerleading program. So I'm here to tell you just a little bit about it that you may not know. So hopefully that's usually what we do at these meetings, because I haven't been here before. So just to tell you a little bit about my program here at BYU, we have one program, but it consists of a co-ed cheer squad and an all-girl cheer squad. So co-ed cheer squad, we have one guy and one girl. We partner them up. You see them throwing each other in the air on the sidelines. And the all-girl cheer squad, we have groups of 4 girls, and the girls are lifting the girls. These girls are strong, and they're athletes. We're all one team, just kind of doing different positions or different disciplines. So you'll see both teams at all events. I have this year, I usually have about 20 co-ed. I'm looking at my athletes to make sure I'm getting these numbers right. Usually have about 20 co-ed and between 24 to 26 all-girl, which means I have 46 athletes, as I like to call them, because they are athletes in every sense of the word. 46 athletes that I am in charge of and that represent this university, which is pretty cool. They are the tumblers, the stunters, and the acrobats that you see. So we are not the Cougarettes, we are not the dancers, we are the ones you see getting thrown in the air and waving the big flags, leading the cheers, those sort of things. We are at all football games, including all away football games. So these kids travel. They travel to all those away football games, and we love it. We love supporting our Cougar football team. Had a great time at the Alamo Bowl this year. What an incredible experience. And so, yes, thank you. Incredible experience. We are so proud of those boys and Coach Kalani, and that was a great experience. We also attend all of women's home volleyball games. And if they get further on in the NCAA tournament, we have traditionally traveled to tournament with them as well. We attend all men's basketball games and all women's basketball games as well. And then when they go to conference tournament or NCAA, we travel with them. So we don't travel to away basketball games during regular season, because the other cool thing about my team is they are all full-time students. And so we would never go to school. If we were covering all of those events, they would never be able to go to school. So those are kind of the things that we cover that people will see us at. But what you may not know is that you will see us at women's gymnastics meets. See the flags for intros. Our women's soccer team, we show up with flags. And then countless community appearances, events, anything that we can do to represent BYU and BYU athletics, we are attending those. So these kids are full-time students, and they really are spending hours of their time representing BYU and BYU athletics. And what a cool job. That's why I've been doing it so long, and that's what keeps me coming back, is that these students really are special. It makes for a long season, though. Our season goes from August, when we start, to April, when we finish and have tryouts. So I'm pretty sure no other team on campus season starts in August and ends in April. It's a long season. They put in a lot of work, but they do it because they love it, and it's very rewarding. Most of our time is spent in support of other people, and that makes us unique. It makes us unique that we are supporting other athletic teams. That's what we do. We find that there is value and we take pride in what we do. But the other part that you may not know about us, Chad mentioned, which thank you for the shout out on the national championships, we do compete nationally. When we are lucky enough to have donors come forward and help us out that way, we are able to compete. We compete at the National Cheerleading Association National Championship in Florida. We have been able to do that several years, which has been really great when we're able to get those donors to come in and help us out with that trip. For the past 8 years, we have finished in the top 5, which is great. We're pumped about that. We love that. This very last year, we finished in our small co-ed division. We compete in 2 divisions. We finished 3rd place overall in the country, and in our game day division, we placed 2nd, and we just missed it to Michigan. So we are gunning for both of those titles this year, and we're hopeful that we can get back to Florida in April, and we're preparing already, right, guys? We are preparing already, practicing at 6:30 in the morning, and we're trying to get ready to do that and represent BYU in a different way other than just the supporting role this year. I kind of wanted to, the other thing I wanted to mention to you, not just about what we do day to day, but what is my favorite part of this job. How many of you in here have daughters? How many people have daughters? How many people in this room who have a daughter who have at one point or another bought a little BYU cheerleading uniform for her? A lot of you. A lot of you. Even if she didn't grow up to be a cheerleader, at some point somebody bought a BYU cheerleading uniform for your daughter. Or you bought one for your niece, or whatever it was. That's the really cool part about this job, is that Cougar Nation looks up to these kids in a lot of ways. It's that Y strapped on their chest. It's that symbol of what we represent here at the university that is so cool. And it's one of my favorite part of this job, seeing Cougar Nation and young fans especially interacting with my cheerleaders. It is something that is absolutely awesome to witness. Tom Homo's not here, is he, Chad? We don't have Tom here today. Tom has a granddaughter. I'm gonna forget her name, but she's about 4 years old, and she is just obsessed with the cheer squad. She is just zoned in. I don't know if you know, but Tom Homo's wife, Lori, was also a BYU cheerleader, so we claim her as one of our alumni. But that little granddaughter just zones in on us every time we go to a game. She's in her uniform. She's looking at us. Her eyes are just bright blue like Tom's, and she's just like mesmerized with it. And to watch the interactions that these kids have with little fans like that all over the country. We have traveled all over. Independence allowed us to go to football stadiums all over the place. And to watch those interactions and how those kids' eyes light up is one of my very favorite things in the entire world. Wanted to share a quick story with you. We attended this last year, again, through a very generous donor that was amazing to provide this for us. We attended an international competition in Amsterdam, which we haven't been able to do that. We've done it one other time. About 8 years ago, we went to Australia, but we were so humbled and excited to do this that we wanted to make the very most of it. We attended competition in Amsterdam, and yes, they did take home the title, so international title, which was also great, thank you. But the coolest experience that I have ever had, we were 14 days in Europe, and so we were traveling all over. We were having this great experience in addition to the competition, and the same thing was happening, except over there people don't know about the church in the same way that they do. They don't know what BYU means. They asked us if we were Yale, or we got Yahoo, which was interesting a little bit. But they didn't know who we were, but they were drawn to these kids. And yes, they are stunting in the middle of historic squares and doing some things that seem a little bit odd to people, but people are drawn to them. And it was absolutely amazing for me to watch what we all know is the light of Christ. The light of Christ shining through these youth, through these athletes, through these BYU students. And people were drawn to them. So much so that this is the experience I wanted to share. We finished the competition, and this competition had all sorts of levels. So we're talking, it had levels from 6-year-old all the way up to a bunch of adult teams that were there. And there were thousands of participants. And they didn't know who BYU was, but they were just in awe of this American cheerleading and what is BYU and what is this university, and they were asking to take pictures, and it was really cool. To watch these BYU cheerleaders go out in that crowd, put their arms around these youth, tell them a little bit about Provo, Utah, and where we were from and what we did. And they've never even heard about the church. It was absolutely amazing to watch. By the end of the competition, as we were waiting for awards, some of my captains that I have here today that you'll hear from soon, they literally had the entire thousands of participants on their feet, and they were teaching them EFY dances. And so they didn't know it, but these EFY dances were happening all over as we were waiting for awards, and I sat there and sobbed. I sobbed like a baby because I just knew that what we were there for was so much bigger than that international title. What we were there for was to be representatives of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and of this athletic department. And what a cool and amazing group of athletes and young people that we have on the BYU cheer squad to be able to do that. And I just thought by sharing that experience, it might give you a little insight into who we are and who this program is. My point being with all this is that I feel really strongly about our role as supporters for other people. Coaching is my passion. I absolutely love it. I love working with them. I love working on new skills and developing them and helping them to become better at the craft that they've chosen. But really, it's working with these kids, and I really think that they're the cream of the crop. And to watch them every single day, literally lifting each other in the air, but also figuratively lifting others around them through that light that shines through them is one of the coolest things that I've ever had the opportunity to experience in my life, and I'm very grateful for it. I would love for any of you who are interested to get involved with our program to let me know and take the opportunity to get to know these amazing athletes, because they really are something special. And I hope to get to know more of you personally. This is my first time at this event, like I said, but please come up and introduce yourselves. I hope to get to know more of you personally, and I really do look forward to that. And as always, go Cougars.
Howdy, everybody. I know I don't look like the stereotypical cheerleader, but here I am. My name's Gavin Allen. This is my 5th year on the cheer team. I'm graduating in April with a degree in construction management. A little bit about me. I grew up playing football. Football is definitely my favorite sport. I love it. And played it for 10 years and kind of ended up not pursuing it in college. You don't see too many offensive linemen, especially at the D1 level, that are 6 foot. So I kind of got limited there. But anyways, I looked at other avenues. I looked at throwing at BYU. I just knew I wanted to be a part of something bigger than just the student body and myself to help me get through college and support. And I came across cheerleading. So I quickly learned how to throw someone in the air safely and catch them. And it's paid off. Joselyn saw my potential and I've been helping the team grow. I'm a 3rd-year captain on the team, so it's helped me grow my leadership abilities and become a better person, right? I've definitely learned a lot while being on the team, and I really look forward to going out and serving the world, just like our campus motto is. One of the cool opportunities that I got to experience, Coach kind of touched base on it, was in Amsterdam. The second we showed up to the competition and got off the bus, we had a bunch of kids running up to us like, "Where are y'all from? Where are you guys, like, where'd you come from?" And we said, "The States and from Utah." And they're like, "No way, you're real cheerleaders from the movies. This is incredible." So they started asking for photos and everything, because it's not really a thing over there in Europe, and especially mascots, not really a thing. So Cosmo got suited up quickly, and they were just in awe that it's real, you know. And so just to be able to represent the church, represent Brigham Young University in such a capacity, not just nationwide, but also around the world is definitely had an impact on me, and I've learned a lot from it. I'm just grateful for the support that I have on the team. You know, being a part of the athletic department, that's not common in athletics. A lot of cheer teams around the nation are just a part of their student life department. So the fact that we're a part of the athletic department and can take part in all the trainers and the strength coaches and the nutritionists, academic, career, financial advisors, that's helped me to be prepared and looking forward to my life after school and sports. I don't know, I'm kind of uneasy about not being around football anymore, being 5 years here and played for 10 years, so I'll just have to watch, I guess. So thank you for your time, and I'm honored to be here, and go Cougs.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity I have to be here with my coach and one of my other captains. The cheer team really is my life, and it's like the biggest blessing that I have, and so I'm just so happy that I get to be a part of these opportunities and that I get to meet all of you and just be a part of this. So with that, my name is Kylie, and again, I'm just so excited. So my story of getting to the BYU cheer team is very different from Gavin's. I started cheer when I was like 7 years old, maybe even younger, and from the time I was can remember, I always wanted to be a cheerleader, and I always knew BYU was special, but at that age, I didn't realize just how much so. So, like I said, I started when I was about 7 years old. I've been on many, many cheer teams. I did high school cheer, I did all-star cheer, I went all of the routes that you can go, and I genuinely loved every team I was on. I loved all of the experiences and the opportunities, and I didn't realize how much better cheer could get until I was on the BYU cheer team. It has been the biggest blessing and the greatest experience I've had, and I didn't know that I could love my teammates and my coaches the way that I do now. So my coach, Joselyn, she touched on this a little bit, but she really does love us, like, more than anything, and she works tirelessly to do like all of our fundraising and things like that so that we can have the opportunities that we have on the cheer team, like going to Europe and going to competitions and even a lot of our scholarships. She works so hard for us, but aside from financially, she works hard to teach us just principles about our lives, how we can be successful, how we can come closer to Christ and grow our testimonies. She teaches us obviously about just cheer, how to become better athletes. I've improved as an athlete so much since I've been here. So overall, I just have a very deep appreciation and gratitude for the BYU cheer team. I know that it's special, and I know that it's different, and I know that the main reason it is because we are centered in Christ and we are able to have that outlet. So with that being said, I just want to talk about a few more of the reasons that I love, why I love cheer so much personally. And I'd say the number one reason is that we're a family. We're able to be so close and just intertwined with one another, and we really do just have a special relationship with each other and with our coaches and trainers. So we're a family. And then reason number two is we have a greater perspective than just cheerleading. It's not just about the athletics for us, even though we are very hardworking. We are working hard every day in the weight room, working on getting stronger, working on getting more skills so that we can compete at a high level. But aside from all of that, we are able to focus on service, and we're able to focus on our religion and our personal growth in those other ways as well. So lastly, I just wanted to talk about how I know that I was guided to the BYU cheer team. It's been a blessing in my life, but I also know that every other person on my team has been guided as well. We talk about the stories and the circumstances that led us here and talk about how it's the biggest blessing for us. So I know that we were guided, and we are so grateful for all of you for your contributions to our program, and we're grateful for those donors in particular that have given us such amazing opportunities. So I just wanted to thank all of you and thank BYU Cheer and for everything it's done for me in my life. Go Cougs!
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being here, and you can stay till the end of the meeting if you like. If you got to go back to class, you can, but thank you for all you do for all of our teams, our school, representing the way you do. Incredible. Sean Olstead is our is our men's volleyball coach. He's going to speak next. We've talked in here several times about hiking mountains together. I'm grateful for Sean, his friendship. The last time we hiked Temp, we got to the top of Temp at the shack, and there was a guy up there making pancakes for hikers. And he came and gave us a plate of his last 3 or 4 pancakes that he had made that morning. They were hot, they had butter, they had tons of syrup. It was unbelievable. And so we said, well, we're going to bring you and your wife and put you on the sideline for one of these football games. Like, what you did for us this morning was incredible. And we did. So we brought him down for a moment of the Kansas State game this year. Do you want to know what time of the game he came down? He was there for process getting the pick, scoop, score, touchdown, and then the chase touchdown right before the half. So when BYU football this year just went bananas, we were going bananas too on the sideline with this guy that gave us pancakes. It was cool. Sean has been the men's volleyball coach at BYU since 2015. As the head coach, he's led BYU to MPSF regular season titles 3 times, MPSF tournament championship 3 times, 3 state NCAA Final Four appearances, and to the NCAA National Championship match 3 times. He and his wife Farah have 3 daughters and a son, and they are off to a blistering start. I can't wait to hear from Sean and two of his athletes, so I'll turn it over to Sean. Thank you so much for being here.
I was an introduction like that surely should get me an invite on the Cougar cruise. Greg, Heather Olstead. I'm bummed. But let's talk a little bit more about. So we did do Temp, and I'll go quick because I want you guys to hear from these athletes that are phenomenal, that are wonderful young men, and. I say that all the time with my athletes. The football guys and basketball, I get it. They get a lot of the exposure, but there's no doubt in my mind that we've got the greatest group of athletes on campus. And I'm sure every coach will say that, but also, can we update my bio? I've got 4 daughters. I can't even keep track of my daughters, but 3, 4, 5, it all blends together. But so when we did do Temp, I knew this kid. He's kind of like he's become like this local legend. His name's Zach. And so I knew he was up there, but I was like, no way, we're going to run into it. We get up there, he had 1 more pancake. And he kind of saw us, and he's kind of down below us. We're up in the shack, and screams and comes running up there and gives Chad his last pancake. Like, here you go, Chad Lewis, this is the last pancake. And he didn't know who Chad was. And I was like, hey, this is Chad Lewis. And then I think he quickly learned, because everyone else up on Temp was like, hey, that's Chad Lewis. And Chad doesn't like me to talk like that, but it is what it is. But this kid's is actually Byron Frisch nephew, correct? Yeah, his nephew. And we didn't know that at the time, so when we bring him down on the field, all of a sudden we put 2 and 2 together. And guys, I'm not lying. When we brought him on the field, we were standing right where all that happened, like 2 minutes of glory. We're right there. It was Chad, Zach, and his wife, and LJ. And I mean, LJ's on another level. So LJ was like sprinting up sideline to sideline, tackling people. And it's just one play after another, and all of a sudden the scores flipped. But also that kid he had a goal. This is weird, it's random, but this young man had a goal to climb 1 million feet in a year. That's a lot. It's ridiculous. And he had like 2 more days in the year to do it. And so what he needed to do was go all day, 24 hours straight on Y Mountain. So just imagine going up and down Y Mountain 24 hours straight. So I knew he was going to do it, and I said, hey, I'll come join you if I can. I think it was over Christmas break. It was right around that time. And but Chad, same thing. Hit me up, Sean, are you going? I said, Chad, I can't go right now, but I'm going to go later. And Chad said to me, I'm going to go again with him at 2 in the morning. Just on his own. And I said, okay, Chad, tell me if you're going. I'll go. I went at like 5 or 6 with my son because he was going 24 hours straight, and he would accomplish his goal, this kid. He was on the news. They did a spotlight on him. And you never text me, bro. I told you to text me. If you're going to get Chad, you know me better than anybody. Text me. I was just sat there waiting. So Anyways, Chad went with him again at 2 a.m. out of the kindness of his heart to help this young man, one of Chad's old teammates, help this young man accomplish his goal. So, pretty cool. All right. If you also, side note, I'm on probation with Greg when I speak. I'm on literally like a very, conditional basis. But I want to introduce my guys. I brought the Hawaii, with the cold, I brought the Hawaii weather. Two local Hawaiian boys with very wonderful stories, each in their own right. Let me tell you a little about them. We'll go with Noah first. Noah's just, I'll talk about him a little after he goes, but he's our setter, doing a phenomenal job with us. He's got 9 credits left here at BYU. He's just been the epitome of hard work, a kid that, probably recruited by very little. Correct, Noah? 0. But we gave this kid a shot, and he's setting the number 5 team in the country and doing a dang good job. I'll watch my language, Greg. There you go. That's number 1. Condition number 1. He's doing a phenomenal job, and he's a sweetheart of a young man. He is BYU through and through, and he's been it from day one. Keone Thim, he's a transfer from the University of Hawaii. He won a national championship at the University of Hawaii. I heard something like TikTok. I think he's probably more than any athlete on campus. I don't know. I don't keep track. I don't think he does either. Just kind of natural if you watch him play. He claims to be 6'2", and I would test that. I would test that. I think I've seen it. No, maybe it's 6. I can't. Okay, all right. His grandfather and my dad were actually teammates at the old Church College of Hawaii back in the day, and they were really, really good volleyball. It wasn't Division I, but it was called the Church College of Hawaii. Both non-members that attended there both joined the church years later, and so that's a pretty cool connection that we have. And has anyone seen him serve and play? Raise your hand high. Okay. When he was at Santa Barbara City College, he sent my dad, literally, I kid you not, I have got the film, he sent my dad to the hospital because my dad was reffing the match, and Keone tossed the ball, and just, here I go, and 70-something tipping 80 right into my dad's hand because he was holding the pole. He's on the ref stand, and it was just really funny because the whole gym goes quiet, and you can hear a voice go like, "Hey, dude, go see if he's okay." It was one of the teammates. So we're going to have Keone and Noah speak to us, and then check with Greg and see how much more time he wants me to ramble on. So, Noah, take the stage. Let's go.
All right, how's everyone doing? All right. Honestly, I don't got a whole lot to say. We came running in from practice, so I probably don't smell great, so it's great that we got this nice gap between us. But yeah, just super grateful to Sean for taking a chance on a guy like me. I mean, I had practically no offers coming out of high school, but I really want to play college volleyball. Both my parents played in college, and it was just a dream of mine. And got a call one day from Sean saying, "Hey, we want to offer you a walk-on spot, like maybe take a couple days, get back to us, and we can talk things through about maybe when you'll be here in the fall." And he said, "Make your decision, talk to your family." And I was like, "All right, I'll see you guys in the fall." They're like, "Wait, you don't want to talk to your family, or maybe your other options you have?" I'm like, "I don't got other options, Sean. I'll see you guys in the fall." But yeah, I mean, that's the story with a lot of guys on our team. I think we have a great group of guys, and it's just a testament to Sean as a coach. He's just created a wonderful culture that I get the chance to be a part of. And as a senior, sad to see it go, but excited to finish things out. We're a top 5 team right now, and we're going to keep rolling. So go Cougars.
What's up, everyone? I do not claim to be 6'2". I'm 6'0". And this is my first year. I transferred from Hawaii. This is my last year, my 5th and final year, and it's just been amazing so far. We had a pretty good start, and I'm just having so much fun, honestly. I've been a part of some good teams. I did smash his dad's finger on the pole. That was my bad. Yeah, I mean, just a part of the BYU team that it's just like, not only are they good players, they're just a bunch of grit dudes, I've been a part of that Hawaii team where it's all about just playing good volleyball and going out and being the coolest around town and girls and parties and, growing up in the church, especially both sides of my family being LDS, never really blended with that. But so being here is like, now I get to play good volleyball and I'm surrounded by just great guys who know the Lord and know their priorities in life. And, we got a tough schedule up ahead and I'm very excited. At the very least, January 31st, February 1st, we play Hawaii in the Smith. At the very least, it'll be the most entertaining game of the year, and the best, at the very best, you send them home with some sorry faces. And yeah, overall, I'm very excited. Nice to meet you guys, and yeah, go Cougs.
5 minutes. I would like to take more than 5 because I hope that if I ever you do hear me speak, hey, Jefferson, I didn't notice you without a hat. Do you bring your son? And then who are you with? Just you and him. I love that. And you've come with your dad so many times. What's your name? I think I've met you. Yeah? Hey, come up. I'm going to get you there. I know, now it's 4 minutes. I heard that. Okay, come up. I'm going to get you a sweatshirt. Okay, grab one of those sweatshirts like that I'm wearing, and if it's too small or too big, your dad knows how to get a hold of me. Okay, buddy? Let's go, Cougs. Right there, that one. Yeah. And if Greg needs another one, I'll get him one. Good to see you. Okay. So let me tell you, real quick, I'll share some stories. Let me tell you about Noah. In 2001, we played for a national championship. We lost to the University of Hawaii. And after that match, we lost everybody. We lost Gabby, we lost Felipe, we lost Mickey, we lost Will. That's Zach Eschenberg. That's a massive overhaul. And I remember, everyone around me like, oh, what are you guys going to do the next year? What are you guys going to do the next year? It's really strange because I didn't, and maybe it's my ignorance. Maybe I don't know what you want to test it to, but I didn't think it would be a season that we ended up having the next year. I mean, I really, there was a massive amount of excitement for new guys, for believing, I guess just always believing we're going to be good. And we weren't good. And it was the rough, on paper you can look at that being, okay, that's, as a coach, I get it, that's what it comes down to. And so, yeah, that's the worst season I've ever had in any way, shape, or form. I think we ended up like 8 and 20-something. And so, but let me tell you why those moments for me as a coach aren't the worst seasons. They're not like you guys see them, okay? Because of young men like Noah. And now put yourself in my shoes and take yourself and look at yourself, put yourself in the society and the world that this young man is performing in as an athlete. The reality is it's become a world of me, me, me. We can all agree on that to some extent. And I'm not saying that's every athlete, it's not. But that's what they're just inundated with, is that. And so we were not good that year, guys. We weren't. And I cut our starting setter, I don't know, midway through the season maybe. Literally, we got back from a road trip, but there was actions and behaviors that was warranted, but that's not, think about getting rid of your quarterback, but we had to do it. And so Noah was our third setter. And all along, I talked to Noah about, hey, you're not going to play, we're going to redshirt you. You need that experience, The reason Noah didn't have offers, it's not a knock on Noah. He comes from an incredible volleyball family. But he wasn't, at the time, as good as other kids his age. That's just the truth. And he can take it. Noah knows what I'm talking about. And it's not a bad thing, okay? And so he was third string. He was going to redshirt. Okay, the guy that we had to put in once I cut the other guy, it wasn't a good fit. We kind of knew that. but it just slowly started to become a really, really kind of toxic environment in a way. It did. And we were losing and losing and losing. And there was 3 matches left. Now, you got to win we could have won the tournament, I guess, but we weren't very good, like I told you guys. There was 3 matches left on that season. 3 matches left on a season of 30-something games, whatever it is. And I brought Noah, we were on the road, and we just lost to Stanford 3-0. And Stanford was a 500 team. I was actually refreshing my memory over there, looking at my phone. They were 11-11 that year. And they spanked us 3-0. And we were on the road. So I brought Noah to my hotel room. I said, Noah, I want to play you. But I'm not going to make you play. I'm not going to say you're playing right now, you know. I just said, I want you to play. 3 games left. Once he steps on the court, his redshirt year is gone, guys. His redshirt year is gone. And he just looks at me in the eyes and he says, let's go. You don't see that in our world anymore. You don't see that. He didn't even say, dang, coach, oh, man, that's kind of a bummer. He didn't say, let's go. Tell me when. And he went out, had he not played all season, had not even getting a ton of practice reps with our guys because he wasn't our guy. And he took Stanford to 5 sets that night. We lost. And then we finished out two regular season games, and then we went to the MPSF tournament. And here's little Noah, game 4 into his burned redshirt year. And now we play Pepperdine in the first round in Malibu, UCLA. And they end up winning the conference tournament. They end up going to the national championship, the Final Four. When they went to the Final Four, they lost in the semis. And that young man, Noah, who didn't care at all about himself, who didn't care at all about what he wanted, took our team 5 sets against Pepperdine that went and won the conference tournament, took our team, just took them on his shoulders and said, let's go. And 5 sets. And we lost, I think, in double overtime against Pepperdine. 18-16. So it's just, these are the wonderful people that I'm able to be around. And so when you look at a season and go, man, like I get it, you know, I get it. And some people at times like to send me messages to tell me that I get it, you know. Sorry, I have to always throw that out there. That's why I'm on probation with Greg. But you don't see what I see. I see wonderful people, wonderful young men that we don't see their stories. And so if I can ever share those stories with you guys to inspire you, to, you know, encourage you to continue to build these young men and women and these athletes, this athletic department, then I hope that I can do anything to get you to continue to do that. And you guys do it so well. You guys are amazing, everyone out there. And, you know, I will try to make one plug to get more off the speaking list on the good side. I was with Greg this year, I think, and it was for the first home opener. And I happened to be around him, I don't know why, but it was like the day before. And I hope every opportunity you have to tell him thanks, or Chad, or Lee, or those guys, or you know, whoever you rub shoulders with, but Greg, like, you guys have no idea what he's hit with the day of a game the day before. It is wild. It is wild. Just bing, boom, boom. Can I get this? And, you know, there he is. I'm sitting there. I remember telling Greg, I was like, tell him no. No, they can't get it. No, I can't get you that. And I'm going to bring 3 more people that I didn't tell you about. Can I get 3 seats right next to me? No, I can't. And I don't think he's ever done that. You know, maybe he has, but I saw it with my own eyes. And so I hope you guys thank him for all these events and everybody that's a part of it. There is a lot of people, and it's all about those people. It's about the athletes. They're the magic. And so we've got an exciting, wonderful season ahead of us. We've started on the right foot, went on the road at Ohio State, and yesterday I was telling the guys at the whiteboard after practice, I wrote the number 6, and I went up, 5, 4, 3, right? And I was like, guys, I don't follow the polls. I hear about it from my son. I do vote, actually. I vote. I'm a voter. I'm on the committee right now. And so I voted us. I put that number because I thought that's where we were, because I voted that. So we were 6. The team we're playing this weekend, Ball State, is 5. 4 is Hawaii, and Irvine's number 3. And so I told our guys that, like, hey, we're going to see, because the next 3 weeks, we're 6. We're playing 5, then 3, and then 4. Those are our next 3 weeks, where we're going to see what we're made of. Now we're going to really, really see what we're made of. And then my son last night, I was with his club team. I have 2 more practices as his club coach, and I'm allowed to do that under NCAA rules. But I was like, all right, guys, yeah, they were asking me about our team. And, hey, Sean, can we score more points than the team you guys just played? And I was like, guys, so we're chatting. I said, hey, we're number 6 in the country. And my son goes, no, you're number 5. So I don't know, but we moved up to 5. So now we got number 6 this week. Then we go on the road to number 3. Then we go 4. But we leave tomorrow. That's not normal. So we leave tomorrow and play. And then next week we leave on Tuesday and play Wednesday, and then a day off, and then Friday, because that's what worked with Irvine. And I told these guys that I scheduled probably one of the toughest, I think, if not the toughest schedule. You can rank it, you can do the metrics. We probably have the toughest schedule in the country. And I'll finish with this. It was kind of at the end of a practice that was just kind of so-so in the fall. We haven't had any of those anymore. We're in season, these guys are going, but through the grind of it, there's practices where it's like, come on guys, you gotta give me something. And I kind of, guys, I skipped, all right, you gotta deal with the toughest schedule. I can't remember what I said. Noah's probably heard it all. He could probably word for word. They make fun of me, I hear it all. They impersonate me. They got my little sayings. But it was kind of like, guys, what are we gonna do? I scheduled the toughest schedule, and now this is how you're going to practice. And I said, I don't know how you guys are going to respond. And Keone, in a good way, I could notice that he just kind of laughed at me, but not a disrespectful way. It was the laugh like, let's go. Like, stop squawking. Like, we'll play right now. It's kind of a confident, and I liked it. And I didn't say anything at the moment, but I was like, all right, we're good. We're going to compete. And so that's what we're going to do. And again, I went over, so maybe I'm on double probation. It's like BYU. You get probation, and then you get like learning probation. And so I went long, but I brought a bunch of gear. And if I can ever, honestly, reach out to me, I'm here to support you guys. I would love to do anything that I can for any of you, if there's something that I can do to help in any way, shape, or form. And if you guys don't mind at the end, just tell them to take me on, or invite me on the cruise. Maybe once. I don't get invited on this. But thank you guys. Come to the games, support us. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough for who you are, what you represent. We're beyond blessed. And so thanks for having us.